All right, it's Yay Day. Boy Kanye West just dropped an album. Just gonna spend a little time just talking about it a little bit. Bit of a Kanye West fan, been a fan of his since college dropout, or if we want to go to just his whole entire time at Rockefeller. Was definitely loving the beats. I was on the Blueprint, that Jay-Z album. It was a classic. So lately, Kanye's been a polarizing, well, basically his whole career he's been polarizing. Sometimes he makes great music, but a lot of times he'll say some things that a lot of people don't like. That's kind of been him since the start, since he started his solo career. But with this latest album, it's 24 minutes, 7 tracks, kind of similar to that Pusha T album that he produced. The beats were fire on there, but it's a little bit more gritty of an album. This one, the beats were real soulful, kind of took me back to that college dropout, late registration time, but still like the lyrics were abrasive, kind of like a Yeezus, a little bit of Life of Pablo. I didn't get like the real poppy feels that you would get on 808s or Graduation, but a nice Cudi feature, nice little drops every now and again. But overall, I would view this album as kind of like introspective. He's talking a lot about his problems. He's admitting a lot of things that's wrong about himself. It seems like it was almost like a therapy album for him, I guess, which is why, the backdrop was Wyoming, the mountains in Wyoming. I think that's a place that he went when he was going through a tough time, when he kind of was going through those rants in 2016 and had to go get therapy and stuff like that. So this album seemed like a little bit of that process, but you can tell from the lyrics that whether or not, if the beats took a lot of time, you can definitely tell some of these lyrics he had in there were up to date, relevant to what's going on right now. But I guess I could start by kind of breaking down like each song, what I thought about it, as it was just 7 songs, and it goes by relatively quickly. The beginning of the album starts with, him going on and on about being totally okay with saying he could kill you because he loves himself more than he loves you, so he's definitely thought about it. It catches you off guard. You don't know where the album's going with that. But then, he goes on to, turn like that monologue where he's just reiterating that into like a little bit of a song on the second half. But it was straight, nothing too special. Yikes, he come in straight snapping. He trying to snap. He's saying some witty stuff. A line that stuck out to me was like when he was talking about turning TMZ to Smack TV, and then talking about Russell Simmons saying he want to pray for Kanye, and Kanye was saying, I want to pray for him too because he got Me Too. We all know what's going on with Russell Simmons with that Me Too movement. So I thought that was funny that, he mentioned that within the song. But also, all throughout there, he's just snapping, really going off, just straight up rapping on a nice beat. Had a lot of high energy. Kind of remind me of something you would hear off Yeezus with the, I forgot what that, Black Skinhead. Yeah, kind of was similar feel to that. Like he was doing a lot of snapping on that album. Kind of was reminiscent of that. All Mine seemed to be an ode to like Temptation, classic Temptation song. Basically having appreciation for his wife. Another little funny bar. Like this is what let me know that he definitely was working on this up until the last minute. Talking about meeting thoughts on Christian Mingle, and then that's almost what got Tristan single, and then going into like you better be able, if you can't play like him, that she gonna leave you. Like if you can't play like him or Kobe, most likely she gonna leave you. I thought that was pretty funny, just acknowledging the fact that rich dudes get away with a lot, and he's acknowledging that. So I thought that was funny. The Ty Dolla $ign feature was fire. Really appreciated that. Nice little pick me up throughout the song. I think Ty Dolla $ign is king at them melodies. Wouldn't Leave. Another kind of like song that lets you know it's real introspective. He talks about his problems about going broke, being appreciative of his woman not leaving him, blase, blase. Still carrying on a soulful tone, like up until this song, all of the beats have been pretty soulful, reminiscent of that college dropout, late registration, yay. And so, he's talking about a lot of things in this song I feel like pertain to just having appreciation for his woman, his life, admitting that, he does some messed up stuff, and then how the messed up stuff he does, because sometimes, or even just for men in general, can make us not worthy of women. He should speak for himself on that one, but I get where he's going. But for No Mistake, No Mistakes, that song is fire. Nice little interlude. It's about 2 minutes. Classic Charlie Wilson feature on that, like the Bound track on Yeezus. But just like on there, that was like the only soulful song he put on Yeezus. Meanwhile, this whole album has a soulful feel. Love the Charlie Wilson feature. It's a real quick song, but it's the jewel of the album almost. It's a possible diss to Drake too. My boy just put me on. When he was like too close to snipe you, truth told, I like you, too bold to type you, too rich to fight you, calm down, light skin. And then, with all this going on with, the president of good music, Pusha T, the Droopy freestyle, the life of Adidon, or the story of Adidon freestyle, Flames. It seems like that could pertain to that possibly, with Drake, calling out Kanye about using him to make some songs on his last album, on the life of Pablo. So you never know, it could be a slight bar. It was much appreciated though, added another layer to the album. Ghost Town, nice Cudi feature. Cudi was early on the album too, but definitely stands out on this track. Another song he's kind of recognizing his faults. The lyrics from Cudi are cool. Love the feel of the song. Kind of a theme song almost, the feel of it, with the "we still the kids we used to be." Like, that seems like that could be like a mantra that could catch on. The song is really slow and kind of a monotone type of feel. It's not really high energy. I don't think it can necessarily become a hit, but it can definitely become a song that maybe you hear random moments throughout a movie or a commercial, or something that can kind of just take off as somewhat of like a B-side cut, where it's just one of the better songs that kind of got overlooked. But I could see this becoming maybe one of the most popular songs off this album. None of these songs sound like they really have radio potential. They're all relatively short, and they're all kind of different in their own way. They all kind of touch on a subject of some sort, which leads to the Violent Crime song. Definitely an ode to daughters. We all know Nas got the fire daughter song on Life is Good, and supposedly Kanye produced that album, and that album's supposed to drop in June, so hopefully that actually comes out, because then Ye will be 3 for 3 with the Pusha T album, this Ye album he just dropped, and now Nas's album. I would love to Nas actually come through and drop that album in June. But on Violent Crimes, he's going in on niggas basically, because he's saying niggas is savage, niggas is monsters, acknowledging that, he's had some growth to where he acknowledges, I guess maybe his daughter was the catalyst, but, women are something to nurture, not something to conquer. I guess having a daughter gives him a new appreciation for that, admitting or testifying to the fact that daughters change dads, I guess, more so than sons. Seems like almost he's asking for forgiveness within this song, because, he also mentions that he doesn't want his daughter to have his wife's body, but more like his own body, which is funny because he knows the type of troubles he's gonna have if his little daughter grows up to have a body like Kim Kardashian. That's gonna be a big problem on his hands, maybe a little bit of karma. So, it definitely seems like a forgiveness song, just trying to throw that out in the world and the universe that, hey, I'm sorry for, the way I used to treat women. I've had growth. I'm married now. Like, please don't let my daughter go through some of the things maybe that I put women through, which is understandable considering, some of the abrasive things he said throughout time and some of his lyrics. I'm sure he's done a lot of stuff. It's apparent, he's had some semi-chaotic relationships, I guess you could say, with Amber Rose, or that's really the only public one I could think of. But he's definitely seems like he was a wild boy with them females back in the day. He said some wild shit too. But overall, if I had to rate this album, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because it's a nice little. If you're a Kanye fan, you could appreciate this. There's not much wrong with it. Like some people didn't like Life of Pablo. They felt it was a little chaotic, rambled all over the place. This is definitely not like that. It's centered. He's not getting too conscious on here like College Dropout, where he's pointing out things kind of like J. Cole does now, but more so just introspective, just showing the growth I guess he's had as a man, or through his rough period in time where he was going through some maybe mental issues or something, or just too stressed out because of all that he's got going on, all of the change he has going on. So, I appreciated it. I wish it was longer. It could have been like a 9 or a 10, and maybe if it went to like, 10 or 12 tracks. It's missing some bangers also. That's why I can't give it, a 9 or a 10. There's really no song that's like, it got knocked and then you want to bang it all day. It's like, kind of like Drake's I'm Upset. Like, it's real catchy and simplistic, but hey, that beat, it go hard. So he didn't really have none of them on there, but he did have a lot of them soulful beats that people fell in love with Kanye for. So that's why I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, because it has a nostalgic feel, but still kind of relevant within the times of what's popular now, at least with the lyrics and his delivery. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. Hopefully this Nas album is fire. That's what I'm really waiting on. And then I'm interested to see what Drake is going to do after Pusha T then kind of, dug one in him after that last freestyle off that Story of OJ beat. Pusha went far, but we never seen anyone go toe-to-toe with Drake like this. So I'm interested to see how he going to respond, if he going to respond. There's a lot of things in that's got, Drake's character under question. Does he have a child that he doesn't claim? Was he gonna roll out his child with his new Adidas line? That's sick if he did that. If he was planning to do that, that's like some sick stuff. He should definitely lose some cool points with the public after that. But other than that, this Kanye album is definitely something I think everybody should check out. It's nice, it's quick, and then it just has a good feel.